Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. What a difference a day makes, right? Today is April 23rd. It is Tuesday, 2019. We have had rain off and on all day. We had some sunshine this morning, but then it quickly went away to the clouds. We still have been able to pull in 3.5 kilowatt hours today, so not bad at all. We're actually still, believe it or not, still pulling in power now. So that's not much now, it's later in the day, but yeah, it's even with the cloudiness, we still get pretty decent power. So we're had a good day that way. And but yeah, it's definitely a lot more overcast. We had some, like I said, some rain and stuff like that as well today. So I wanted to get in. Let me show you. Here's Mr. Abel. Hey, baby boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. So I want to get into the topic of the video right away here, okay? So we're talking about caches, okay? Where is the best place to bury your caches? So in the live stream that I did the other night, we were talking, and somebody had said, what about a graveyard? Because obviously there's not generally a lot of people digging things up in the graveyard other than the burial plots. So would a graveyard be a good spot to put a cache? And then somebody had made a comment to me about that, and they said they think that if they were, you know, you were caught in a graveyard at night, you could get into a lot of trouble, especially if you were digging and stuff like that, okay? Now, I'm going to give you an example of something. As kids, there was a graveyard that I absolutely loved. It's in Albion, New York. It's got a Civil War monument in the very back of it, on the very top of this hill, and it's absolutely cool. On a cool day, on a clear day, I should say, you can actually see Lake Ontario from that. So it's a really cool spot. It sits way back in this graveyard, and they don't lock that graveyard up at night. And we used to go there all the time as kids at night and go into the back and climb this tower in the dark, and you couldn't see nothing. I mean, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. And it was just adventure, and it was fun, and you know, but if we had gotten caught being in that graveyard, obviously we would have gotten in trouble. So if you're going to do something like that, if you're going to put your cache of whatever that you're burying in a graveyard, first of all, you have to pick the right spot. And that's why I had said near a mausoleum. If you have, like, somebody has their family mausoleum and, you know, people are buried inside the mausoleum, around the outside of that would be a great spot, because they're not going to dig that up and put more graves right next to, you know, a mausoleum. So again, if you're going to do that, guys, if you're going to choose that spot as one of your spots for a cache, be careful, use discretion, and don't get caught, I guess would be the right terminology to say with that. Again, I'm not telling you that's a good spot. I'm saying that if you choose to choose that spot, just be careful so that you don't get caught. Now, burying caches, where should we bury caches, okay? So here we are at the homestead, and what I'm going to look to do, and not that I haven't already done it, but I'm just going to use this as an example. Where I'm standing right now, if I go this, you know, behind me is south, obviously in front of me is north, then we have east and then west, okay? So I'm going to have caches in every direction, okay? And I've kind of talked about this a little bit before. If you have to bug out in a hurry, I mean, let's say there's, you know, whatever the reason, you got to get out of Dodge in a really fast, you may not be able, like, say if you had your cache was stored west. Say that I had my cache buried up the hill someplace, and I had it up there, and so, you know, I know where it's at and stuff like that. Well, maybe I can't go that way, because maybe that invading force is coming from that direction. So I have to go east. Okay, well, if I haven't thought ahead and had something buried east as well, because here's the best part too, okay? Wherever direction you have your caches at, okay, you can always come back later on and dig up your other caches if you need to. That's the beauty of that, okay? An invading force is going to come, they're going to use whatever resources that they want to use or take from that area, and then they're going to move on to something better, because they've already stripped that area of what they wanted, not knowing that there's buried caches around. So, you know, you need to go that way. Make sure that you have, you know, something that way as well, because that may not be the direction that you originally want to go, but having that in that area. So where's other places we should have caches? I mean, like I said, now, again, if I go this way, guys, across the road is not my property, okay? So again, you're going to have to really look at where you're strategically going to be putting stuff. I go that way a little ways, that's not my property either, okay? So I'm going to have to choose where I'm going to put these caches. Hopefully they don't get dug up, or somebody's going to come in and decide to do all kinds of renovation, and you know, then they end up digging up your cache of what you have. So those are things to think about as well. The other thing that I would suggest to anybody, you know, people that are traveling and they have to go to work, obviously you're going to want to have your bug out bag in your vehicle at all times. You're always going to want to have that, so you have something to start with. And when I say your bug out bag, you're going to want to have, you know, the stuff that you're going to be able to carry. You're going to want to have a change of comfortable clothes in your vehicle at all time too. Also a good pair of hiking boots or a good pair of sneakers. Again, depending on the time of year it is, you know, warm weather gear or whatever you need to have. But you want to make sure that you have something that if you're like out on the town for the evening and stuff like that, you have something comfortable that you can change into. So if you got to hike, you can hike comfortably, okay? Have enough stuff to give you at least, you know, 3 days in your vehicle worth of food and water. Really important as well, okay? Again, you know, having purification tablets, all those things as well. So where else would I want to have a cache? I would want to have a cache somewhere between home and work. So let's say you work 20 miles this way. You got to go 20 miles every day one way, and then you got to come 20 miles back. What I would do, my suggestion to you guys, someplace halfway, like maybe 10 miles, okay? Pick a spot, figure out where would be a good spot for you that's going to work for you. And again, you're going to have to maybe on the side of a highway, you know, and those type of things. So you're going to want to look at those type of things. So you're going to look for the best spot that's going to work for you as far as having, you know, that cache, so that you know, first of all, you got your pack on you, you start heading home, you know, and maybe, like I say, 10 miles out or whatever, you know, okay, I get 10 miles out in point B, you know, you got everything else that you're going to need to survive, you know, supplies of whatever you decide to put into your cache, okay? So buried caches are very, very intelligent to do, guys, really, really smart to do. We should all have them. Okay, again, you're going to have to pick your spots very strategically. You're going to have to pick spots that are going to be best for you. Again, same thing for anybody that's in the city. You know, pick a spot, figure out where you want to go, how you want to go about it, and really plan it and work on that so that you have that opportunity, you know, to do that. So it's like, again, it's picking things very strategically. You want to obviously pick spots where they're probably not going to be doing a lot of construction or digging things up and stuff like that. So those are things to think about. And again, doing things in the middle of the night, people do things in the middle of the night all the time, very, very sneakily, okay? So even if you got caught, you know, you could kind of explain your way out of it, but just, like I said, be careful. It's not like you're going to pull your car up, park your car, and then start digging a hole right by your car, okay? So you're going to want to figure out where you want to put that, park your car someplace, walk into your spot that you're going to dig up with your cache, and bury that there so that you have that. And do a cache, guys, could be as easy as a 5-gallon bucket, as long as it's sealed up properly. And like, you know, maybe you have another garbage bag, a contractor garbage bag around the outside of that 5-gallon bucket, and bury that, have that buried, and then there's there for you. It's just another emergency blanket to have for your own self. And it's a smart thing to do, guys. You know, obviously know where your spots are, you know, have them pinpointed or some way that you know how to get to them and that stuff, or have like landmarks that are going to be, you know, that work for you guys. So hopefully that helps. Just something that I was thinking about because of the conversation that we had in the live stream the other night. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Definitely want to hear your feedback. What do you think? Where do you think would be good spots to have caches? You know, and again, it's strategically placing things, you know, landmarks, whatever you feel comfortable doing, you know, having different spots that you know that if you go there and you dig up, that's where your stuff is going to be, and you're going to be able to access it and utilize it, you know. So just something to think about. And so I got to show you guys here. We got Miss Molly's chilling here. I got Mr. Lucy up over here. It is definitely going to rain again here at the homestead. I can tell you that right now. I can see it in the air, but that's okay. We're supposed to get some rain, so, you know, and I knew it was going to be that kind of day. All right, guys. Anyway, I will see you all in the live chat tomorrow night. I hope everybody is doing well. Remember, guys, we're all in this together. It's important to work together. If you can find people to work with, that's an awesome thing. Remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really, really important to tell the people that we care about how we feel. Remember also, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is yourself. Nobody else can stop you from being successful. Nobody. So you're the only one that can stop yourself, okay? I hope everybody's doing well. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.